Okay, can you see my screen now? And am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, what I was explaining is, I'm explaining that for us to get this center circle, the distance from here to here is what? Is 12. The distance from here to here is 13. You understand? So there are two ways in doing that. Um, using the instead of me using my offset tool in order to get all those stuff, I'll simply I can simply type the coordinates of that point, which is 13,12. Okay, I'm just going to click on the circle tool and type 13,12. So sorry. So it can't work because I'm not starting from the origin. So what I'm going to do now is to use my line tool. I'll click on the line tool and just draw a straight line here. Then use the offset tool to offset this point at a distance of 13. But that's not going to be necessary because I know that um, when I was doing this chamfer, the distance from this point, the distance from the distance from this point to this point is 13. Yes. So I already know that this distance is 13, and also this point this point also is 12. So what I need to do, since my polar tracking is on, I can simply track this point. I can simply track these 2 points. You get where it shows that intersection. I'm going to click on it. Oh, sorry. Supposed to use circle. So I'll track this point and track this other point. Get to this center and type what's the distance? Okay, the radius is 5. So I'm going to type 5 here. Then I'm going to make a copy of this. Click on the copy tool, hit enter, select this point, come down, track this point, and also track this point, and click on it. That's simply how you use use that. And I'm able to do that because my polar tracking is on. If your polar tracking is not on, you won't be able to track this point. So if you want to track a point, what you simply need to do is I'll click on the circle tool, and I can decide to, if I want to draw a circle at the center point of this rectangle, I'll, come to the midpoint here and also to the midpoint here, then track it down. The moment it gets to this intersection, you're going to see these two circles. Then you can click and specify your radius. So all those basic things I was explaining yesterday, they are really important. And I'm trying to start with the basics. Although it might look a little bit complex, that's why you have the recorded video. And we also have another circle here with a distance, with a radius of 10 and a distance of 10 also. Point to this point is what? 10. Okay. I'm going to click on the line 2. This is the line 2. Click on it. Click on this point and type 10. Hit enter. So I've done that. I'm going to click on the circle tool again. Click on it and type 10. That's the radius. Okay. Click on the line 2. Click on this point. Click on this point. Hit your escape. Hit enter again. Click on this point. Click on this point. Hit escape. Then I'm going to use the trim tool and hit enter once. Then start trimming all these excessive edges. I don't need them. Zoom out. So I've gotten this point. All I need to do now is simply to copy this and rotate it. That's all I need to do. Just copy and rotate. So in order for me to do that, I will select this line, click on copy, select the base point. This is the base point I want to use. Yeah. Escape. Then rotate. I'm going to select all of them. Click on the rotate tool. Click on this center point because that's the axis I want to rotate it around. You can see that. And delete this. Just press delete key on your keyboard. Then use the trim tool again. Hit enter once and delete this. Okay, so with that, you can do this other part. I have 5 minutes more, and I want to talk about the hatch tool before this class ends. So this is the hatch tool. This is it here. If you click on this little drop down arrow, you are going to see gradients and hatch. Now click on gradients. Your ribbon is going to change. It's going to pop up the gradient tools. And let me zoom in. So you can see your gradient tools here. And from here, you can pick the desired color you want. I can decide to pick red and yellow. And that's it. Decide to pick red and yellow. And from here, I have different patterns I want to select. So whichever pattern you like, you can, click on it. Then after you have selected the pattern you want, you come into the object. Make sure the object is enclosed. You select inside. You understand? So while this object is selected, you can also switch pattern. You can change different pattern to see the one you desire or you like. So for this, let's just go with this. Then the next thing you need to do is to come here and close hatch creation. Zoom out. Zoom in again and come to your gradients once more. Zoom out. I'm going to change color this time to I'm not going to use gradients again. I'll use a solid color. I'm just going to use a solid color. And what I'm going to use is green. Now I'll click here and also click here, then hit enter. So basically, this is how you use the hatch tool in AutoCAD. So like I said, the first thing you need to do is to come here, click on this, specify gradient, then pick the colors you want from this portion. You can pick any of your desired color. You understand? Whichever one you want, just pick it and set that, and you select. You can also come here and think this pattern is okay. You can also pick this also. It just depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, I'm going to go back to the comment section. Okay, so I'm taking questions now. Let me see. Let me see what So do we have questions so far from what I just explained?
Can anyone hear me? Please, now.
I can hear you.
Okay, someone asked a question before. So it came from Christian George. He said that the scale he used after specifying the base point, the figures get too enlarged while scrolling with the mouse. I don't know if that's the question that you are going to attempt right now. You understand? The scale
Come
too,
again, come
after
again.
specifying the base point, he said after specifying the base points, the figures get too enlarged.
After specifying the base point for his scale, let me see if I can see the question. Please just highlight the question on the chat box. Fatu, I'm going to explain that a little. I'm still waiting for more questions so that I can answer all of them at once. Okay, for that, what you simply need to do is when you specify your scale, the AutoCAD you are using and the one I'm using is different. So I don't know the settings you are working with. When you, okay, scale. That's the scale tool. Yeah, it's what we just did is click and drag. So if yours is too large, it's because is the way you dragged it. Simply the way you dragged it, you increase your scale too much. So when you are doing yours, you take it gradually. Okay. So many of you didn't understand the chamfer to due to network and all that. Whatever you specify in AutoCAD, replying Israel White. You said you're having issues with your units. What you use millimeters, but the size I'm getting is bigger than what is displayed on the screen. Is not based on how it's being represented. Is what you are giving AutoCAD. If you type, for instance, 10 and it gives you a circle of 10, but it looks like your circle is big, all you just need to do is zoom out. It doesn't mean the 10 you impute is 200. It's just the configuration of my own AutoCAD. So if your object is looking too big, all you need to do is use your mouse button and scroll out. That was why I took my time in explaining all this yesterday. Most of all these basic things that some of you think wasn't necessary. How to use your mouse, how to use your navigation tool. All those things are necessary. Very, very important. Okay, I'm going to explain um, the chamfer tool once more. So for this, we have 114 here and it's 2. I'm going to do that again. Select my polyline. This distance is 114. Enter and 82. Enter. So you can see that my 82 is going outside of my workspace. All I need to do is zoom out or pan with my mouse. I can hit escape and zoom out if that's not working. Polyline. Then type 114 here and close this. Escape. Okay. Now this is what I want to work on. All I simply need to do is to come here to chamfer, which is this. Now chamfer will ask you for first line. First of all, click on distance. Let's go back to our drawing. Now the distance here is 10 by 10. 10 by 10. We can also confirm it from this. It says 10 times 45 at angle 45 rather. 10 times 45 at degrees. So it means these 4 angles is chamfered at a distance of 10. We'll come back to AutoCAD and this distance, I'm going to type 10. Hit enter. It says second chamfer distance. I'm also going to type 10. You understand? Then it says what? Select first line. I'm going to select this line. It says select second line. I'm going to select this line. So you can see the chamfered edge here. I'll do it again. Click on chamfer. First thing you need to do is to specify the distance. I believe that's also self-explanatory. I should say something about the command line. So I believe the chamfer is well explained. Everyone now is on the same page on the chamfer. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello, sir.
Okay. So